Hey everybody, welcome to this little video here. We are going to be putting together the Grand Poobah die part of the Grand Poobah and Dino builder die. So I have got the background piece right here. So this is going to be our base piece for the hat. And then we have our second piece right here. Then we need our bowling pins, our extra bowling pin, and our bowling ball. And so what we're going to do is you're going to choose your colors, and I'm going to show you what I've done here. I have chosen this kind of like light cardstock, what would you call this? Kind of like that buff color, kind of tan. So this is going to be my background because I want that to be the color for my horns. And then I chose the yellow for the background that's going to sit behind this blue. So you're going to cut out your bowling pins, and I just chose that same kind of tan color because I wanted to kind of look like a little bit more prehistoric, not white. Then I cut out a second one in gray because what I wanted to do was just kind of layer that dye and kind of create a little bit of shadow when I glue them together. And I did the same thing for the bowling pin. I cut out two, one of that tan and one of the gray. And then the bowling ball itself, I did cut out of gray cardstock and then black, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue them together and just put that little bowling ball piece together so that the black shows behind it. It just gives it a little bit more depth. And then what I'll do is I'll show you, I'm going to put it together now, and I'm going to show you a few little extra things you can do with some of your Copics or markers and some gel pen and a black liner. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my glue. I'm just going to put some glue on some extra cardstock. And I'm going to grab my tweezers. And I'm going to also need my scissors as well. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this piece of cardstock and I'm going to cut off the little side horns because we don't want that to show. We only want the yellow underneath. So I'm just gonna quick glue that up. You can be more precise than me, but we're just doing it fast for this purpose of this video. So there we go. I've got that lined up right there. Now we're gonna glue our blue piece really quickly. And we'll just pop that right on. So the die, as you can tell, super easy to use. And if you just wanna kinda bump up how your die looks, adding a few extra layers really helps. So I'm gonna let that set aside and dry there. Next up, I'm going to just glue the back of my bowling pins, and I'm just putting a little bit of glue on there. At least that's my version of a little bit of glue. And you can see that this leaves embossing lines in it. And what I'm gonna do is there, and just kind of shifted it over just so we have a little bit of kind of a shadowy background on there. And that is all finished. Super easy to do our little separate bowling pin. And that one I'm just gonna dab some glue. And gonna put this together as well. And I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of a slight bit of a shadow as well. So obviously these dies are super quick and easy to use. So now for this little black piece, I'm just going to use that as my base. I'm gonna get a little bit of glue on that bowling ball here. And there we go. All that is glued together nicely. So here we have our pieces. So let us just do a little bit of quick little magic. So on this little helmet, you've got those nice pieces all together. If you want, you can just add on a few little highlights into your horn area. And it can be as easy as that. So quick and easy and simple. Your bowling ball, you can add just a quick little highlight on there as well. And I'll zoom that in for you so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. Now the bowling pins, we're going to actually add some color to because we're going to give it its little stripe. So right now I'm just using a R8 Geranium, which is a hoo-hoo marker. So I'm going to use that. And we're just going to fill in that little collar. Just going to put some cardstock under here just to be safe. So super quick and easy. You're just going to fill in that collar with some red, and then we're going to set it aside and let it dry. And then we're going to do the little collar pieces on the grouped pins. And you're just going to follow inside the little imprinted lines. And as well, it doesn't need to be perfect because these are prehistoric pins. All right, so now we have those pins in there. I'm going to take my black liner and I'm just going to give it a little bit of definition here, right in over that black marker. And we're just going to outline it just a little bit. And you can be more precise if you like. I'm just kind of going in there really quickly just to set off a little bit of definition here in between the pins. And if you have a fine enough liner, you'll see that the liner actually goes right in those lines really well, right in those little imprinted lines from when you cut your die. Yeah, so I just did that. And I'm going to take a gray marker and I'm going to just add a little bit of shadow now to the pins. So I want the shadow to extend. So we have that kind of drop shadow effect from when we layered it, but I'm going to give them a little bit more shadow and definition to each one, to each individual pin, just by following the lines that are imprinted. So super quick and easy, just to start to get your pins to pop just a little bit more. And then you're just going to go back in with your Posca pen or white gel marker or white gel pen. And we're just adding that little bit of highlight to the pin, just like that. And we're gonna give, oh, I better get on screen here. And we're gonna just add a little bit to the tops of the pins. And just a little bit into that collar. And there we have our little bowling set right here, super easy. And our little Grand Poobah hat. So I'm gonna zoom back out. So there you can see with just a little bit of layering, a few extra cuts, and we have a perfectly usable for any of our little Flintstone cards. So we can go some bowling and we can join in at the Grand Poobah Club. All right, thanks a lot, and I hope you enjoyed this video.